Did BJ's Restaurant and Brewhouse invent the most iconic dessert of all time? What started as a desire to bring Chicago deep dish and tavern-style pizza to Southern California, BJ's Restaurant and Brewhouse has kept expanding its offerings to the point that I couldn't tell you what their main thing is anymore, unless you count teaming up with celebrities long after the height of their popularity. But one thing is for sure, once they added beer, their popularity exploded. Add to that the Pizookie, a warm cookie dessert baked in a deep dish pizza pan, and it's no surprise that BJ's grew to have a major presence among American fare casual dining chain restaurants. This week on the show, I'll dish my knowledge deep into your pan of curiosity so that you too may know everything I've learned about BJ's Restaurant and Brewhouse. Then, we'll direct our attention to the people of Yelp to see what they're saying about the very BJ's we just ate at. Stay tuned. This is the Fine Dining Podcast.
Your table is ready, take a seat. The flavor of the day is mediocrity. Wouldn't you like to try a bite? Guarantee it'll be the perfect bite. Fine dining, better than you thought, worse than you hoped. Fine dining, we don't treat mediocre as a joke. Ranking every single place we've been, compare it to the perfect 5 out of 10.
I cannot believe that their first intention for this restaurant was the deep dish pizza, because that was actually my least favorite thing.
Was it really?
That we ate. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm so surprised by that.
It was why I insisted we ordered it.
Oh.
Knowing that, like, that was their origins.
Okay. Yeah, that's shocking. I thought, like, their whole thing was craft beer, which neither of us even got.
Neither of us had it. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Hello, and welcome to the Fine Dining Podcast, the quest to compare all restaurants to Chili's. I am your host, Michael Ornelas, and in this podcast, we learn the history of our favorite restaurant chains 1 week before seeing how they compare to Chili's in week 2. This week on the show, I'll be going through the history of the BJ's brand, and joining me today to discuss it is an actor and improviser who lost his spot on his improv team, Lohan, because of a wrestling match at the Midnight Rumble at Upright Citizens Brigade Theater, a show that he produces. He gives me mustache envy, and he gives off the vibe that he'd be great at claw machines. It's PJ McCormick.
Wow, thank you so much for that intro. Let's introduce me as the guy who used to do something.
You still do it.
Yeah. No, I'm still on. Someone else took the bullet for me. Thank you, Andrew Grace.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me. This is so great to be here.
Of course.
Yeah.
And it was a fun meal too.
I didn't even think about it, but like, did you bring me on to do BJ's because my name is PJ?
I did.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I brought you on because I wanted you on. I chose BJ's for you because your name is PJ.
Gotcha. It's so ironic because that is like such a point of shame for me.
Yeah?
Well, whenever I introduce myself and say my name to people, they like, if it's in a noisy room, I always get asked like, wait, BJ? And then I just get like really embarrassed and ashamed. And now I got you to say like, I'm associated with a blowjob. So it's funny that we went to the source of my shame that has now become a restaurant.
Yes. Do you have, beyond just the source of shame to the name, do you have a lot of history with the brand, like with the company or with the restaurant going there before?
Yeah, I think like my high school sweetheart and I used to go to BJ's a lot when growing up in Sugar Land, Texas. Mm-hmm. It was like right next to the mall, and I think that was like one of our first dates going to BJ's. And the whole time, I'm like a teenager just making jokes about blowjobs, thinking I'm hilarious and charming and funny, which I guess worked back then. Yeah. But we didn't even bring up blowjobs once today. So I think like I need to just get it out of my system now.
No, it's in my script later.
Okay, good.
It's there.
So I used to go there and I think I went there with my mom one time. So yeah, it's a place I frequent with all the women in my life.
Just the affiliation with that and blowjobs. I'm like, I went there with my mom. I went there with my high school girlfriend.
Yeah. She wouldn't stop making blowjob jokes.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It was so annoying.
My high school girlfriend, our first date, I took her to see Jackass 2, and we walked in late, and it was literally just a moment where they were just eating actual shit. And I was just like, and then we dated for like almost 5 years.
Yeah. Ate shit for 5 years.
Yeah.
That's so I think it's the date destination of America, I'd say.
And can I bring up that you were in some advertising for BJ's?
Yeah, I did some social media.
Yeah.
I did like a friend of a friend was doing like their advertising, and I went there with like me and Joe Fahey, like my improv teammate, creative partner. We did like a couple sketches for them, like very improvised, silly, cute stuff. But it was great because like the staff was like all about, giving us everything on the menu so we could film us enjoying it. And I think it was about a year ago because it was all like Christmas themed. I think it was like a white elephant themed social media thing.
Yeah.
We specifically ordered the bathtub rubber ducky.
The rubber ducky drink. Yeah.
Yeah. And that was it's pretty good. It was actually pretty good. I don't remember what was in it, but it was blue.
Yeah.
And so it was sweet, and so
it looks
good.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts, and it was foamy too.
It looks like a Happy Meal toy.
Yeah. They should introduce more alcohol to the Happy Meal
to kids.
Yeah.
Joe's Crab Shack had an incident with that where they have a drink called Shark Bite, which is like a blue drink that comes with a rubber shark, and then they have a kids version called Shark Nibbles, and it looks the same, but it's non-alcoholic, but they serve one in plastic and one in glass, and the server accidentally brought a glass one, which is the alcohol one, to a kid, and then the kid got
Did they take that off the menu because of that?
No, it's still there.
It's still there?
It's still there.
Oh.
But it was like a whole thing, like a little under a decade ago.
Yeah. That should be the parent's responsibility. Like, it should be the parent that's giving you your first alcoholic beverage, so you know what it's like. It's under safe conditions, and not some like 19-year-old server at Joe's Crab Shack. Like, they took that away from the parents, unfortunately.
Yeah. But the kid still passed a sobriety test, so
Oh, he drove home too.
Yeah. And then my history with BJ's is honestly pretty minimal. I've just been a couple of times, and both the other times I'd been, I thought it was unremarkable. I wasn't really impressed by the Pizookie. I wasn't really impressed by the pizza. Maybe that changed this time.
No, we'll see.
But those first two times, I was kind of not underwhelmed by the idea of going to BJ's, but I was just like, all right, it's just another one. But today was pretty good. Anyways, that's your history with BJ's. That's mine. Do you want to hear the history of BJ's?
I need to know where this name came from.
Yeah.
Like, I cannot believe we have a mainstream restaurant that's called BJ's, and
everyone's saying it with a straight face.
Yeah, it's nuts. It's nuts. Where did that come from?
We'll get into it. We're going to jump into this week's Eat Deets.
Eatery details.
BJ's started out as a small pizza joint in Santa Ana, California, founded by two friends who were eager to bring Chicago-style deep dish pizza to the West Coast. It was originally called BJ Grunts, until a naming scuffle with the similarly named RJ Grunts, a famous Chicago burger joint, forced a quick rebrand to BJ's Chicago Pizzeria. I know, adding grunts to the BJ is not...
Okay, someone's already got RJ Grunts. How about BJ Moans?
BJ Gags.
BJ Swallows.
Yeah.
I hate that. I really hate that. Like, just trying to capitalize on someone else's success, and you just change one letter of the name,
right?
So that, like, I see improv teams do it a lot.
Yeah,
where like they will make they used to be a show called One Big, I'm talking shit now, but like I host a show called One Big Jam, and then like an indie team made a show called One Big Ham Cat, and I was like, oh, you're messing with the algorithm.
It's just kind of like referential.
Yeah.
Do you know the Halal Guys?
Yeah. Not personally.
There's a chain that popped up for a little bit just called Halal Girls. They like were like, and
It's like the Ghostbusters debacle.
Yeah, it was Chris Hemsworth was like objectified at Halal Girls. In a game of ownership hot potato, BJ's original owners sold 50% of the company for $14,000 shortly after opening the first store in 1978. The new half owners left the company to its accountants in 1991. Paul Matenko and Jerry Hennessy, originally the BJ's number crunchers, bought the chain and set it on a new course. They took BJ's public on the stock market in 1996, back when it was just a 6-store operation, raising funds that would fuel the brand's rapid expansion, at which point the original owners sold their shares and it was entirely in the accountant's hands.
Yeah, wow. Look at what it became.
Yeah.
I wish I could find something like that.
To jump in on the ground floor
Oh
and
my
like
God, yeah.
just have it skyrocket.
I know. I couldn't even afford 14,000 if I found like the next big thing. Though.
Right. Yeah. That's what banks want. They want you to take out that loan.
Yeah.
BJ's didn't start brewing beer until the mid-1990s, but it sure made up for lost time. In 1996, they rolled out their first in-house craft beers at a BJ's in Brea, California, officially turning the pizzeria into a restaurant and brew house where you could wash down deep dish pizzas with BJ's own handcrafted brews. Fast forward to today, and BJ's operates multiple brewing facilities across the country and offers 11 award-winning house beers, plus rotating seasonals, racking up hundreds of medals for its craft brews over the years.
So they found their gimmick.
They found their thing.
I mean, we're both like wrestling fans. To me, this sounds like BJ started as the Ringmaster,
and then
they found their stone cold gimmick with the brewery.
And both of them are beer.
Yeah. You just inject it. That's how you get a gimmick over. Just like start guzzling beer.
Just so much beer. And actually, at BJ's, when you order 2 beers, they do smash them together, and you barely get any.
Yeah, you get like an ounce. I'm surprised BJ's hasn't expanded to like. I mean, if they are a brew house and they make their own beer, I'm surprised that like you can't buy that in the store.
You can. They have like a fridge to the left right when you walk in that has like cases of like take home canned beer.
You know, I saw that. I didn't know what that was.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. But you can't like go into a Ralph's or anything and buy that beer, right?
I don't know.
Okay.
I wouldn't be surprised if you can, just because there is so much chain restaurant product that you can buy in, like you can get the White Castle sliders. You can get
there's like Golden Road,
like Marie Callender's pies and stuff like that. Yeah.
Wait, Marie Callender is a restaurant?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
What began as a SoCal phenomenon gradually went national. BJ's expanded beyond California and now boasts 200 plus restaurants across 30 plus states, from Oregon and Texas to as far as the East Coast. And the menu itself has exploded over time. BJ's was once all about pizza, but nowadays you'll find everything from burgers and jambalaya to salads and steaks on the lineup, alongside the deep dish and tavern style pizzas.
I can't believe it's a pizza place. I've never had the pizza there.
Yeah.
I've only ever had the burger.
Okay.
That I assumed it was like a beer and burger place this whole time. I cannot believe it's a deep dish pizza place.
I also feel like they've gone too far with their offerings. It's not quite Cheesecake Factory levels, but it is. You mentioned that you got like choice paralysis.
Oh, I have terrible choice paralysis. I can't, if I see more than 8 items, I shut down and I have the person I'm with order for me. I cannot do it.
If I see more than 8 pages. I mean, this was probably like an 8 to 12 page menu. It was somewhere in there. It was,
yeah. I flip through it like I'm flipping through the finance section of the newspaper. I'm not even reading anything. I'm just looking at like hieroglyphics.
You're like, this is what adults do.
Yeah, I know. All right, what's the cheapest thing? That's usually where my brain goes. What's the cheapest thing on the menu? I cannot make a decision based on like quality of food, so I'm just going to make it based on like what's the most affordable thing here.
I think the one thing I'm always going to avoid at a place like this is steak. Because it's just like chain restaurant tier steak never lives up to like a great steak.
There's no love.
Yeah.
Steak, you got to like put a lot of love and heart into it.
Yeah.
You know, that's why it's like best to make your own.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
I've been working on it this year. I've made a couple of really good steaks this year.
Do you have a ventilation system for that?
Not a great one. I have actually just unplugged my smoke alarm from the ceiling.
Oh, I used to make steaks when I had like a bigger apartment, and all the windows, all the doors were open, and it was still so smoky in there.
Yeah.
I don't trust a BJ's chef to do that.
BJ's built its name on hearty Chicago-style deep dish pizzas, but perhaps its most iconic creation is the Pizookie. BJ's invented this pizza cookie hybrid in-house, and it's basically a warm, gooey cookie baked in a deep dish pan and topped with ice cream, served up fresh from the oven. The Pizookie became a cult favorite and is now world famous, often stealing the thunder from BJ's other offerings and spawning tons of flavors, from peanut butter to salted caramel, or in the case of ours, Dubai chocolate.
I really wanted to try that. That sounded really good. But I've been caught up in like, the algorithm of Dubai chocolate. It's all over my Instagram reels. And I've never had one that's like as good as when people make it themselves. And it seems like everyone's making their own Dubai chocolate thing. And every time I try something like it, I'm always disappointed.
I've been disappointed every time to where it no longer even grabs my eye when I see it.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I just want like a big, thick Dubai chocolate, homemade thing. I think I just got to make it myself. But yeah, I can't imagine, some like pistachio sauce and like the crispy noodle thing on top of a Pizookie ice cream a la mode thing is going to be any good.
But the monkey bread one that they didn't have sounded so good.
Yeah, that did sound really good. I love monkey bread.
Yeah,
I'm not really a fan of a la mode either. So like, I think it's like a fun novelty, and I feel like it's something that you have to do when you go to BJ's because, again, I cannot believe they're a pizza place. But like I'm never really like that satisfied. It's just too sweet. Like you take something sweet and you put ice cream on top of it. It's just diabetes. You know, it's too much for me. I can have a bite. It's definitely a shareable. And so like, BJ's is good for when you're with multiple people, you want a dessert, everyone gets one bite and then that's it. Yeah.
I like a la mode for the something hot with something cold. Like I like that feeling.
Yeah.
But yeah, from a flavor standpoint, it is often too much for me.
I think you got to separate them if you like that. You should have, your
chase one with the other.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because like once you put them together, everything just gets like sloppy
medium
and like room temperature.
Yeah. Over the decades, BJ's has seen a few baton passes in its leadership. In 2021, after nearly 9 years at the helm, CEO Greg Trojan stepped down and handed the reins to Greg Levin. The former, I know, you're laughing because Trojan for BJ's. I get it, and I'm there with you.
God.
But Greg Trojan went to Greg Levin, the company's former CFO, and yes, another Greg. This Greg-on-Greg action proved too good to be true, as in 2024, Levin stepped down as former Darden CFO Bradford Richmond took over as CEO. I do think it's interesting that like someone took them from post-pandemic to 2024. Seems like he really didn't turn things around. I know that they're planning to remodel over 50% of their locations currently. So maybe that's their the new guy trying to get in there and
maybe. I think everyone's trying to jump on that Chili's rave, that Chili's bandwagon now, because it seems like they have kind of like taken the reins as like, the restaurant that's able to like draw a profit nowadays. So I wouldn't be surprised. I watched a Business Insider on it and completely forgot.
Great. Chili's was like, oh, we're just going to be the place that everyone goes because everywhere else is too expensive. Because there was like a very brief overlap where like a meal at McDonald's and a meal at Chili's were pretty comparable price-wise. And that's crazy for that to be happening.
Nuts. Yeah. I cannot go to McDonald's because like if I'm, feeling miserable after like a bad set or something, like I'll go to McDonald's and cheer myself up for like 15 minutes until I like feel even worse after. But like
a 2 a.m. McGriddle is not the cure for anything.
So Chili's needs to open a drive-thru, I guess.
BJ's isn't above having a little fun with pop culture. On April Fool's Day 2025, the chain teamed up with Nicole Snooki Polizzi of Jersey Shore fame to create the Frickle Pizookie, a wacky one-day-only mashup of BJ's classic Pizookie topped with crispy fried pickles inspired by Snooki's notorious pickle obsession. It was a sweet and salty stunt that got people talking, and some people actually dared to eat it.
As a recovering Jersey Shore fan,
No.
I love this. I love that. I love Snooki. I love the situation.
I just love in 2025, they're like, Snooki is the answer.
Yeah, there's still some juice left in the tank. Let's milk the cow a little bit more. That's nuts. I have no idea why they did that.
One day only and a fried pickle Pizookie. And I hate the way they spelled it. The Frickle Pizookie. F-R-Y-C-K-L-E. It rubs me the wrong way.
It's literally just got to be off of the name Pizookie and then Snooki, right?
Right, but Frickle is like pickle, but fried. But I think it should have been F-R-I-C-K, but they did F-R-Y-C-K to like get fry in there.
Yeah.
And it just bothers me. And it shouldn't. It really...
Did you try it?
No, I didn't. I mean, it was one day only.
Okay.
And
then don't knock it until you try it.
Okay. It hasn't been all smooth sailing for BJ's. Like many restaurant chains, they've faced legal and public challenges over the years. For example, a 2022 class action lawsuit alleged BJ's was underpaying its tipped employees, claiming some servers made as little as $2.13 an hour while doing non-tipped work and even had to buy their own uniforms. And of course, the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020 was a massive hurdle. BJ's dining rooms went dark during lockdowns, forcing the company to lean heavily on takeout, delivery, and creative digital ordering to keep the business afloat. Fortunately for them, those investments paid off, and BJ's emerged from the pandemic still standing.
Doesn't surprise me at all.
I hate that it is legal to pay someone so far under minimum wage because, quote unquote, but you make tips.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Tips should be gravy on top of whatever your wage is.
It's a reward for I guess exceptional service, like you going above and beyond like what you need to do. But I'm not one to really complain that much about service. I don't care. Like if they bring the food out, if they bring any food out, I'm happy.
Yeah.
It doesn't even have to be the food that I order because as I mentioned before, I will still eat it. For me, I'm like, you're here because you have to be here. I am here because I chose to be here.
Right.
I am so privileged to have someone bring a hot plate of food out to me. So you should at bare minimum be able to completely ignore me, do the bare minimum and get paid like a livable wage.
Right.
$2.13 an hour. What is that? Like an 8-hour shift? That's 16 something. That's fucking crazy.
Literally saying that out loud is like, oh God, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so then you've got all these deadbeat people out there who love getting service. They love complaining, and they're going to find a way to get a free meal, or they're going to come up with some excuse to not tip you. And so we've got all these fucking freeloaders that come out to restaurants who are just so privileged themselves,
chasing you have a buy one get one free, and then they don't tip on the total of what the second one would have been. They tip on what they paid.
I know, it's infuriating.
BJ's expansion streak hit some impressive milestones. The company went public in 1996 when it had only 6 locations to its name, grew to over 100 restaurants by 2010, and by 2023 had reached about $1.2 billion in annual revenue. But rapid growth came with growing pains. Rising food and labor costs have squeezed profit margins in recent years, prompting BJ's to form a special margin improvement team to hunt for cost savings and boost efficiency behind the scenes. Even so, the company remains a major player in the casual dining arena, balancing its ambitious menu, brewing operations, and guest experience while keeping an eye on the bottom line. That does sound like, how can we screw over our employees?
Yeah, margin improvement team. What is that? That means lower the quality of the food.
Yeah.
Get rid of the employees that have been here for a long time that are making
that have
a
had
lot
raises.
of money.
Yeah.
Yeah, and bring in new fresh people who are desperate for a paycheck.
Yeah.
I don't know what other. I mean,
yeah, literally, there is no thing that seems good for the workers that would be the outcome of a margin improvement team, or whatever.
or the customers.
Because
like really you're just trying to like make as much money as you can for the investors than making this the best restaurant. It's all about, to me it seems like, oh, this is a team that's going to come in and create the illusion of good food.
Yes. I mean, we've had like the mass Cisco-fication of all food, like Cisco, the food provider. Like, I'm not saying BJ's uses them. I don't know factually, but like they are kind of just so pervasive in the fast food and chain restaurant industry, where it's just like they seem like the kings of cheapening food ingredients to like, again, create those profit margins of like, oh, well, this is technically bread. You can technically cook with this.
Mm-hmm.
But like there's so many like bread-based or like carby foods that I've eaten over the past couple of years, where like when I really think about it from a flavor standpoint, it feels hollow. It feels like it's just like, it's filler.
Yeah.
When it's like, bread is so good.
Mm-hmm.
Why are we like taking the bread out of bread?
Yeah. I went to Universal Studios last week for my birthday.
Uh-huh.
I went to Universal Studios in the rain, and it was great.
Hell yeah.
5-minute wait times all around. And we got a one of those big, Homer Simpson donuts.
Oh yeah.
And we split it in two, and my girlfriend had one and I had the other side, and I bit into mine and it was just air.
Mm-hmm.
Like on my side, all I got was just like a veneer of pastry.
Yeah.
And then just like it was completely hollow on the inside, and she got most of it. I didn't make that big of a deal of it, but
it was my birthday.
It was my birthday, not yours. You ruined everything. But yeah, it was like, oh wow. So like, yeah, like if I were to weigh this, like, this isn't that big of a donut.
Right.
It's definitely not a cake
it's
donut.
Performative.
It's a performative donut. It's a performance enhanced, margin cutting donut.
Yeah.
That I just ate.
And that'll do it for this week's Eat Deets.
Woo.
Okay, PJ, I hope that hearing the trials one has to endure to create a successful chain has struck you with inspiration, because it is now your chance to tell me about a restaurant concept of your very own. I need to make a theme song for this segment. Give me a style of music. We're going to sing a theme right now.
Funk. No
one has picked funk, and I've been doing this segment a while. Oh, God, Okay, I guess I'm channeling like Earth, Wind, and Fire. This is the restaurant of your dreams. I'm dreaming restaurants in my bed. More iconic than the Pizookie. This is the restaurant of your dreams. It wasn't bad. Wasn't great, but
well, not also like I didn't know we were doing that until you just told me.
Yeah.
So like pretty fucking good on my part.
PJ, I want to know what you would do if handed the reins to make a restaurant. Something so good that this episode of the podcast would be put up in the Smithsonian Museum just for featuring this piece of historical majesty. It must be practical, delicious, and memorable. 3, 2, 1. The floor is yours.
I would love to make a pho restaurant that rewards you for not choking on the broth.
Okay.
It's a reward-based system. Just like that.
Yeah.
I've never had pho without coughing or like choking on it.
This is so specific, and I am so happy about it.
Yeah. So like, like there's like those food, like those eating challenges. If you can eat this like, 100-ounce steak in like
a
8
minute.
Minutes. Yeah. Then you get it for free. You get your face like a picture on the wall.
Your face is just beet red.
Yeah.
You're sweating. No one looks good in those photos.
Yeah. You look awful.
Yeah.
I would love a wall for people who have eaten like a whole bowl of pho. You don't even have to eat it fast. You just if you can eat it, if you can pace yourself and enjoy like one of the most delicious foods on earth without like inhaling some of it into your breathing hole, you deserve your face on the wall because it's brutal.
I would never get my face on the wall.
Me neither. I've never eaten it and not like coughed up some.
But I didn't ever realize that is a thing until you just put it to words.
Yeah, it's so a thing. I love pho. I love like the preparation. Like it comes to you and you can eat it right away, but like if you care, you will get the leaves. I forgot what they're called.
Yeah.
But every time I'm like, can I get the leaves? And I never look up like what are these? If like you're a pro if you can cut up those leaves and like add the
bean sprouts,
the sprouts. Yeah. And add like the right amount of sriracha and that like little sweet sauce and just make it perfect. And then I like to put like so much lime. I'm a 80% lime.
I'm a lime head with my pho and ramen at. Have you ever had Tatsu?
Yeah,
Tatsu. I love Tatsu.
Tatsu's good. It's a little too hearty and like a little too like bold in flavor, like I don't go for that. Like on a nice rainy, that's what I did the second half of my birthday. I went from Universal Studios to getting NoHo pho. And I'm sure so many dummies out there are going to call it NoHo pho. But
well, they kind of did that to themselves.
They did, yeah. Naha pho. That's how you should pronounce it.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it's just the best. I love pho. And I think that love for pho comes from my favorite all-time food. Love for pho. Sinigang. You ever had that? It's
never
a
heard
Filipino dish. It's like a tamarind-based kind of like soup that you add rice to, and like you can use like salmon with it or like pork. Usually I have pork with it. That's my favorite food of all time. Is like cabbage and onions and stuff in it. It's very soupy. And but it's not very accessible, and pho is like to me the next best thing.
Gotcha.
Same kind of flavor profile, same brothy kind of thing, but instead of rice you have noodles, and it's so fun to eat. So yeah, if we could like build an amusement park out of pho, that would be great. So that way I can spend my birthday in one place.
Right. What's the name of this place? Ooh. All right. No, you say, but I do have a pitch.
I want to hear your pitch.
No kaffa.
That's pretty good. How about Chuck? But it's spelled like choke, but because like it's pronounced pho, call it Chuck. So don't Chuck. Oh no. I can't run a business.
Thanks for going over all of that with me, PJ. I now have a better insight into what you dream about.
Thank you.
One last time. Not the whole song, but just that one line.
This is the restaurant of your dreams.
It was fine. Now let's bring things back to reality and see what other people think of the BJs that we just had lunch at in this week's Yelp from Strangers.
We need a little Yelp, a little Yelp from strangers. A 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, 4 or 5. So get a little Yelp, a little Yelp from strangers. A little Yelp. Give us those complaints while you literally whine and die. Yelp!
All right, this is Yelp from Strangers, our segment where we turn to Yelp and read out our favorite 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5-star Yelp reviews of the BJs we just went to. Do you mind if I start with the first one?
Is this what it's like to be on an improv team with you? You're like, I need you to do this.
No, but I do love putting people on the spot for really dumb stuff.
Yeah. Like, okay, we're singing. You have this whole 5-star review pattern cadence that you want to do.
Yeah. Get off my nuts.
3-star review.
All right, this is a 3-star review from Angelo M. from Los Angeles, California, April 18th, 2025. Service was nice, but slow. No sense of urgency. Not someone who is even hungry or even needs tips. Maybe someone who is used to getting tips based off their looks.
Facts. Oh, facts. Yeah, our server came up with like a Christian cross earring and like was kind of like blinged out. Didn't make eye contact with either of us, and it almost felt like we were interrupting his day by being there.
Anyways, this guy continues. I'm ugly and fat AF, so I would have to hustle if I was a server, LOL. Love it. I ordered one thing and was brought another. We waited so long I didn't say anything and ate it. Remember, I'm still fat AF. It was good, just not what I ordered. I checked the receipt after and they wrote down the wrong thing, so they didn't know it was wrong. Another member of my party had cold mashed potatoes, and another member ordered the salad with meat that had pieces that were too chewy/fatty and inedible. Pizookie is always the star of the show, never disappoints. Self-parking only after 3 p.m., valet only before that.
Yeah.
That I hate.
That valet thing. I mean, I pulled in there. I saw the valet guy start walking towards me, and then I like peeled out Tokyo Drift style.
I'm just turning around.
Yeah, and then I tried going into the garage, and then I realized like it was a valet only garage. And then I peeled out of there, and then I found street parking like 10 feet from the restaurant.
Yeah.
I cannot do valets. I just think it's useless.
Yeah.
It's so useless. Like
Yeah.
there's the spots right there. I can pull in. Why are you here? What
Yeah.
are you protecting?
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. Why do we even need valets, period? I don't
Yeah.
get it.
Well, especially for this setup, it makes no sense when they have a garage.
Yeah, they have a garage. And if you're not going to use their garage, there's a garage across the street that you can use for like, you know, the Burbank AMC or something.
Yeah.
Like you can easily walk over there. It doesn't
Valets
make
are
any
for when you
sense.
pull up to somewhere where they do not have any on-site parking. If they do, valet, yeah, I completely agree. It's
And
useless.
it's not like it's like there's double spots, you know,
Yeah.
where it's like you have to park one car in front of the other and then a valet needs to come in and switch them out. It's not even that. So like, what is the point of this? I think it's detracting people from going to BJ. If you ask me outside of this podcast, hey, do you want to go to BJ's? I'm going to go, I don't want to do valet. That
Right.
would be the first thing that comes to my mind. So I agree with the fat AF stuff. You know, you're fine. You're beautiful the way you are. You don't need to bring that
He
in.
also said he's ugly.
And ugly. Yeah.
So-
Your looks. I'm not picturing anybody when I'm reading this review.
Yeah.
So
Your review is not like,
yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sorry that you feel that way, but you know, just
Yeah.
change your perspective. I think you're beautiful and there's always someone out there for you.
I like how you're assuming they don't have someone.
I mean, come on. He's fat and ugly. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. No, it's love yourself.
Yeah. He concludes, I usually enjoy BJ's, but this one left a bad taste in my mouth. Hey,
Yeah.
BJ's, right? And then he says, Ayo, pause, which I don't know what that means, but that is how he ended it.
Ayo, pause, and then that's the end.
That's the end.
Okay.
1-star review.
All right. 1-star review from Marvin G. Los Angeles, California. 27 reviews. I may be overblowing this situation, but I called prior to ordering to check if they honored the Pizookie Tuesday special since everything is takeout now with the pandemic going on. And the guy told me yes. So I called again in a few minutes later to place my order because I didn't want it sitting until I knew I could pick it up. When I was told my total for 2 Pizookies was $16 plus, I mentioned that I had spoken to someone earlier who told me they honored the special and asked to get it checked. After looking, the hostess adjusted the total, and it seemed all was well. Then when I get home, I see my receipt/sticker thing, and it kind of upset me when next to my name it said right price, as if they chose to remember me as the person who corrected their total or the person who wanted to be charged the right price. See image below. Like I said, I
think this is like such a non-issue.
I don't know, and I don't understand, and I don't care. Like you seem insecure.
Like they wrote this order for Marvin Right Price as opposed to like like if they put Marvin Dipshit or something, I'd be like, okay, yeah, be upset. Marvin Right Price that's not a bad nickname. That's not like, I don't think there was any emotional charge in putting him in the system as Right Price. I think it was just a way of like reminding who checked him out, like, hey, give him the deal.
Yeah, it could also be like at the end of the night, whenever they're going through the receipts, and it's like, hey, you didn't charge this person. Oh, right price. Yeah, that's because I had to adjust it for them.
Yeah.
It might just be like a note to remind the person, like, oh, yeah, that's why I did that. So they don't get in trouble. But no, your feelings got hurt. Come on.
From Right Price.
Yeah.
A 1-star review.
Like I said, I could be overthinking. You are.
You are.
But I found it rather rude to include that anywhere I could see it. Sorry, but with the type of customer service, I'd give 0 stars if I could, but 1 will suffice as I will get my Pizookies at the right price. So you got what you wanted. You just didn't like the way you got it.
Yeah. Also, this has my new favorite catchphrase. I'd give it 0 stars if I could.
0 stars for what? You got the Pizookie. You ordered 2 of them. You enjoyed it. You had a good time. You felt you needed to be offended by something that is so inconsequential.
It's so mundane.
And that's going to give you 0 stars and then potentially get someone who is making $2.13 an hour, get them a bad rap from their manager. Like, shut up. Like, people are so fucking privileged. I can't stand it. This is why I don't go out to restaurants.
Yeah.
I don't want to be associated with these people.
Hey there, it's me, Michael. And now that we're in season 4, I'm adding more content to my Patreon. Not only can you hear the extended Yelp from Strangers segment with 3 more reviews, and not only can you get an exclusive full episode covering an extra chain restaurant on the last day of each month, but I've added an extra chat with my guests where we discuss their go-to fast food and chain restaurants and talk about why they love them so much. I hope you'll come check it out, and you can get your first week completely free of charge. That's patreon.com/finediningpodcast. I appreciate and love you all. Back to the episode. And that's part 1. Tune in next week as we tell you what we thought about our meal at BJ's. In the meantime, PJ, where can people get more of you online?
I'm on Instagram at PJ McCormick.
Such a good handle.
You can, Peach.
Peach.
And then,
is that what it is? I thought it was P, like like taking a P. PJ.
No. My mom used to call me Peach growing up. I have a couple handles. If you want to follow my Herald team, it's Lohan Improv. And then also my newest show at UCB is called The Midnight Rumble. And you can follow those on Instagram.
It was very fun. And you can follow the show on Instagram and TikTok at Fine Dining Podcast. I'm on Blue Sky, but never use it. FineDiningPodcast.bsky.social. But I do have a Discord, and you can come chat with me, chat about our episodes, post food pictures, post Yelp reviews, post pet photos, all that fun stuff. And you can get the extended Yelp from Strangers segments as well as an exclusive restaurant episode every single month over at patreon.com/finediningpodcast. You can also see me performing at the Shared Experience Studio every second and fourth Sunday night with my musical improv team guest lecture, a show where we are experts on everything and will improvise a musical about whatever you want to learn about. In the meantime, we'll just be sitting here waiting on our table 1 week before we talk about our meal at BJ's. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next week.
Have a fine day.
Waiting on our table, prep is done and we had some fun. Now we're waiting on our table, join us next time, we're stuck in line. Waiting on our table, we're so hungry, tummy's grumbling. Waiting on our table,
Have a fine day.